I would like to say I don't give a fuck about politics. However, my job at my company, I do writing and marketing, and I'm in the PR team. And the thing that my company is involved in heavily is healthcare, specifically with things that went on with Obamacare, Medicare, that whole jazz. So when Trump care became like a thing last week, my company was on like heightened alert because Trump came out saying all these words about what's going to happen and what's going to not happen. However, he left out certain things that are still going to be like in effect. So we were kind of on damage control as a company because we're like, yeah, Trump said all these like things, but it has no effect on what we do and what we're gonna bring to the table. And we kind of had to cover our own asses publicly. And we put out, there's a lot of news articles out there, like on major publications, which I can't tell you about because I like to keep work and life separate. However, so Trump got me like in a haste of proofreading and doing a whole boatload of shit because we're waiting for this Trump care thing to go through, and then Friday comes. Okay, and Friday comes, and I'm saying like I literally am watching in work, waiting for this goddamn Trump care thing to go through or to not go through, to go through, or and it's. Spoiler alert, if you don't know, Trump care failed. Now here's what I gotta say about that. Dude. Not only were you like, just pull Trump care off like the table, just pull off the table, like I just like don't feel like it anymore. Like we'll move on because Obamacare is gonna implode on itself, and we got other important things to do like tax reform or whatever the fuck it is. But he said that, and then he went inside of an 18-wheeler truck and beeped the horn for a little bit, and it's like, you wanna know why? Because this fucking dude is so loaded that he doesn't give a fuck what happens to anything. However, it's a huge kick in the nuts for like Republicans in general because his own members of Congress didn't even support him. And this is the first major legislation where Trump just fucked it up, and like no president has ever like really fucked up their first like legislative battle. However, my whole thing is this. While I hate politics, I have warring sides within like my own household, okay? I got half of my family that is all Trump, and the other half that was all Hillary, all CNN versus Fox News, and it was all sorts of fucking fun. The thing that bothers me is that for either side, and this is my own specific like family, my own specific fucking family, and I don't just like mean like in my like studio right here, I'm talking about like extended family. It's like, you guys voted for Trump for such a niche reason that it's like disrespectfully unintelligent. And then I got the ones who voted for Hillary Clinton who only because they didn't like Trump and can't even acknowledge that she was a little bit dishonest. So it's a fucking joke to hear in my own household these two warring sides, and they are just a microcosm of the fuckery that goes on in America between both sides all the time. And all I gotta say is that you can only go by facts, and the facts of the matter are this: Trump, before he was even inaugurated, was like, oh, by the way, Mexico. Yeah, so they're gonna like not pay for the wall, but don't worry, we'll send them an invoice. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. A pivotal point of his campaign was to build that goddamn wall and to have Mexico pay for it. You're not even inaugurated and you're already fucking that up. Suck it. Wait for it. And now the healthcare reform. You actually didn't even let them vote here. You just, it was like, okay, just like we'll just pretend this didn't happen and we'll come back to it because I'm busy fucking blowing a horn. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. I pulled the law and now I'm blowing a horn. Like, all I want in this fucking country right now is for all the people that voted for Trump to understand that actions speak louder than words. And you have to be a goddamn moron to still stand by Trump and be like, this was a good decision. Like, please, like, just be like, hey, we all make mistakes and I'm sorry. And I will respect you again. I will. And if you want to talk about me personally, I'll tell you right now, I did not vote because my vote does not count. Why doesn't it count? Because I live in New York, and New York's been Democratic for many decades. And until this whole electoral college bullshit gets revamped, no, I do not believe my vote counts. Not even a little bit. So do I have much of a say? No, because I go by facts, and that's it. And the fact of the matter is, dude, your vote to make Trump the president, first of all, I should just really reevaluate my family's perspective, because the ones that did vote for Trump also did not count, because New York is Democratic. New York is Democratic. But I sit back and I watch and I listen, and I can't engage in the intelligent conversation with either side because they just don't understand the facts of the matter. And for me, the facts of the matter are things that happen yesterday that I could report back to you today. And Trump blew a horn instead of pushing his healthcare bill because he knew he would lose. And that's the fact of the matter. So politics is always a shitty thing to talk about, but it impacts my job, and I kind of have to pay attention to it a lot more than I normally would as just like a regular Joe on the street. But it's just like, just come on, guys, come on, all you people that voted for Trump, just say, I'm sorry, like, we made a mistake, like, didn't mean to, like, we didn't know it was gonna be like this, and I would forgive you. I would. I'm not saying Hillary was any better, no. I'm not saying Pence would be any better. God, fuck no. I just, all I want to hear out of your mouth is that I want you to admit that you were wrong. That's all. And that's all I gotta say. Guess tax reform is next. Happy Monday. Word on.